Happy Friday, 8th graders. It's me, Miss Mac, here to help you with your ELA constructor response. So in your packet, you have our writing prompt for the day. Our writing prompt says, on page 83, Junior states, I woke up on the reservation as an Indian, and somewhere on the road to Reardon, I became something less than Indian. Write an essay that explains the meaning of this quote and what this tells the reader about Junior's character. So we kind of have a two-part question. What does this quote mean? And what does it tell us about Junior? We're going to take some guided notes so that you know exactly what you need to include in every paragraph. So for your introduction paragraph, as always, you need to include the author's name, which is Sherman Alexie, and the title of the novel, which is The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian. And please remember to capitalize that and underline it. You need to restate the question. And for this particular prompt, I would use that quote. So on page 83, Junior states, I woke up on the reservation as an Indian. Somewhere on the road to Reardon, I became something less than Indian, which means using that quote to restate is going to make it a lot clearer. So you have to have in the novel, Absolute True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie, the main character states, quote, and then tell me this essay will. What will it accomplish? It will explain the meaning of the quote, and it will tell the reader what the quote reveals about Junior's character. Everything you need for your introduction paragraph happens right in your prompt. Now, for your first body paragraph, you are answering the question, what does I woke up on the reservation as an Indian and somewhere on the road to Reardon I became something less than Indian mean? What does this quote mean? You want to include 1 to 2 pieces of evidence. Now that quote already is evidence, so you definitely want to analyze that piece of evidence, but you should also include another piece of evidence that proves that same idea, that he wakes up as an Indian and becomes something different. And then of course, always, always, always explain how this evidence proves your analysis. Why did you choose this evidence, or what does this evidence mean? Your second question is, what does this quote tell the reader about Junior's character? So you're restating that question. This quote tells me that Junior is, or this quote reveals that Junior is, and then explain, what does this show us about Junior? Use 1 to 2 pieces of text evidence. It shows he's this, it shows he's that, it shows he's struggling, it shows he's conflicted. What does it show us about Junior? And then always explain how this evidence proves your analysis. Whatever you choose to prove your analysis, whatever text you pull, you need to make sure that you explain why you pulled that evidence. For your last paragraph is a short conclusion. In conclusion, restate the meaning of the quote. In conclusion, this quote means, or the quote, give the actual quote, and retells what the quote tells us about Junior's character. So it retells us what the quote tells the reader about Junior's character. So this reveals that Junior is, you've pretty much already done it. You've already made all of this analysis. You've already written all these great ideas. You're just including a last little paragraph to kind of sum up your ideas. Okay. What you have now is space to write. If you want to go back to the text, I think the easiest thing to do is go back to the independent agenda for ELA today and click where it says the PDF of the Absolutely True Diary. And as we learned yesterday, you press Control F. And what I would do is type in this quote. Type in, I woke up on the reservation as an Indian, and it's going to bring you right to that section of the text, and use what's around that and use that chapter to help you analyze this. So I hope that you have an excellent time writing. If you have any questions, as always, your hand is in the air. Good luck. Happy Friday.